Yeah, students. So for the third part was like 30 degrees, and this 30 degrees, it's going to remain same. What's going to remain same? The follower is going to remain in a constant position. It's not going to have any or rotatory motion. Okay. So let me denote that constant motion with some other ink, right? So here in a circular path, it is going to go, but it is going to have constant rotation at a distance r plus h. It means it is going to be open for a that amount of time. Then finally again from this fourth part. So if you see the fourth part is a written part, right? So from r plus h, it is from r plus h, it has to go to r. So from r plus h to r, it means it is going to look something like this, right? Till that position. So now here, you all must be having a doubt. How do I draw this line in this manner? Okay. See, this is the initial position. See, this is initial position. This is the final position for this curve. And for this curve, this is initial position. This is final position. You can draw that curve in number of ways, not just one model. See, I can draw either in this way. I can draw either in this way. So that is the question right now. How do you need to choose the path? So even here, I can draw this path in this manner. I can draw this path in this manner. It should not go inside the circle, guys. I'm sorry, here I have drawn it inside the yellow circle. It should be from the outside of the yellow circle itself. It means this is one, white color is one path, pink color is another path. See, this yellow color is another path. Here also I have this yellow color one path, and yellow should be little rising, right? Yeah, rising. So yellow, one of the paths. So yellow is one of the paths, and then you have pink path, then you even have the white path. So number of ways are there in which I can reach to this point, right? Till here. It means what is happening here? What is going to happen? You see, we'll just continue the class. See what is going to happen. Now, initially the follower is at this position. Let's call this position 1. Fine. It is position A. Now from here to here as it is coming, from A to B as it is coming, there is no lift of the follower. The follower is in its own position. But when the follower comes from B to C over here, gradually it has to rise, right? Why does it need to rise? The very simple reason is, see, the distance from the center is continuously changing, right? So this is the distance at which the follower has to. Fine. See, it has gone up, it has gone up, it has gone up, and finally the distance is this much, which is r plus h. So this is the highest point which the follower can move. After that, it will be constantly there itself. It means in the highest position, it will be there for 30 degrees of rotation. After that, again it needs to come down, right? The follower needs to come down back to its initial position. So for that, we are going to draw. See, here is the follower, right? Now gradually the follower has come here. As the cam is rotating, the follower is gradually touching these points, right? The surface of the cam. Then the follower is here, then the follower is here, and finally the follower is here. Then it came to the final position. This is the final position. It means here you can see that follower is gradually dropping, right? Gradually coming down. So these have technical words. Whenever there is no motion, it is called a dwell period. So here there is no position, remain. I told remain same, right? So here it is called a dwell period, and first dwell period is here. So this is called dwell 1, this is called dwell 2. Fine, dwell 1 and dwell 2. So one is represented here, and then second part is the rise part. Rise, rising means the follower is going up, and this final part is return. So what are the different things? First one is dwell, then rise, then dwell, the return. Now we have completed the profile of the follower. You can see the cam surface profile I have completed. Fine. So what is it? Synthesis. Motion requirement is known. It means I know for how many degrees the cam has to be stationary, for how many degrees the cam has to rise, for how many degrees again stationary, for how many degrees again return. So I know the motion requirement is known. Fine. So now I have to design the cam surface. So I have designed the cam surface, but the cam surface can be number of ways. As I told, we can have this curvature also, right? Till here we can have this curvature also. So depending on the requirement, we will decide the depending on the requirement of motion, we are going to decide what type of surface we are going to choose. So there are different types of motions based on which we are going to select the surface. About those motions in the coming lectures will come to know. For now, I will name two types of motion. One is uniform velocity. It means the follower has to go to the rise in uniform velocity. It means from here to here, the curve should be such that uniform velocity is imposed, and return also uniform velocity. Okay, rise and return will be uniform velocity. So that is uniform velocity motion. And then you even have simple harmonic motion. It means while the follower is rising, it should go with the simple harmonic motion upwards. And then while returning also, it should follow the simple harmonic motion. Then you even have uniform acceleration and retardation motion. It is even called a uniform acceleration, deceleration. Okay, the same name. And the final one is cycloidal motion. Cycloidal motion of the follower. So these are the basic things which we are going to discuss in the coming videos. Okay, thank you.